Hello, I'm Corey, one half of the dynamic duo known here on YouTube as Living with the Wilsons, and welcome back to another cruise video from our trip on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. So we sailed out of Galveston, Texas on November 7th, 2021 for a 7-day cruise. On Friday, November 12th, we stopped for our final port of call in Cozumel, Mexico. When we came into the port, we parked next to Allure of the Seas, and I'm hoping to get on that ship once she moves to Galveston here in the fall of 2022. Now, if you're not aware, Royal Caribbean is in the midst of building a new cruise terminal. It's cruise terminal number 10 in the port of Galveston. It's like a $145 million project they're putting into it. In addition to the cruise terminal that's being built, which is supposed to be state-of-the-art, especially for the Galveston area, the port is also being dredged to allow the entry of larger ships, and Allure of the Seas is going to be Royal Caribbean's first Oasis-class ship to set sail out of Galveston, so can't wait for that. Anyway, let's get into what we did in Cozumel on our 6th day of the cruise. We both love snorkeling, and the last time we were in Cozumel back in 2018 on our honeymoon, we actually did do some snorkeling. Well, I did some snorkeling, Janine relaxed on the beach. This time around, we decided to do an excursion that was snuba diving. Now, if you're not familiar with what snuba diving is, just think of it kind of like that song, Astronaut Under the Ocean. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. What they do is they put this helmet on you, and it weighs something like 70 pounds. They put it on you as you're descending into the water from the ladder. You're going down, and just before you go into the water, they put the helmet on your head and it's resting on your shoulders. There's a little handle that they're holding on to. So it's not like you're out there walking around with a 70-pound helmet on your head. They're doing it as you're going down. And likewise, when you come back out of the water, they're pulling it off your head as you're coming back out. But once you're under the water, it's very light, and it's because you're basically encapsulated in an air bubble around your head, so it helps take a lot of the weight off of the helmet. So it's not bad to be under there with this, really heavy helmet on. Well, it's heavy if you're out of the water, but if you're in the water, it's nice and light and easy to walk around and stuff. Attached to the helmets are these hoses. They're on everybody's helmet, and they go to the surface, and that's how they're pumping in the fresh air so you can breathe under the water. Our excursion took place with Sea Trek in downtown Cozumel at a place called Janine's Beach Club. It also happens to be a restaurant and a bar and a gift shop. So it's a nice little place in the heart of downtown. That's just a couple-minute taxi ride from the port. And the taxi ride to and from the excursion was included in the price of the excursion that we paid on the ship. Once you get there, they go through a brief safety meeting with you, and then they hand out the keys to your lockers so you can lock up your stuff. And then you're escorted down to the water where the helmets are set up. Like I said, they place the helmet on you as you're lowering into the water, and at the end they remove the helmet from you as you're coming up out of the water. Now, once you're under the sea, the helmet is heavy enough it keeps you on the seafloor, which is how you're able to walk and not just float up to the top. But it's light enough to allow you to walk around without much effort. You basically kind of like just hop. It's really kind of fun. When you're under there, you're guided along by the divers as they point out some of the fish that's swimming around you, and they're taking pictures and videos and stuff like that. There's items under that you're going to come across. They're going to stop you and take your picture in front of you. They do a little dance thing with you. It's like I said, it's a lot of fun, and I do recommend you check this out, especially if you've been scuba diving before and you want to just try something a little different. If you want any of the photos or the videos that they're taking of you, because they do have a scuba diver that's down there taking video with a GoPro, you can purchase those after you get out of the water. There's a section in the in Janine's that's set up to where you can go in, pay for it, and they will send you a email which you then can download all the photos that you purchased. And if I remember correctly, you had 7 days from the time they emailed it to you to download it, and then they expire and you can't get them. So you better do it in those 7 days. Hope you don't have a back-to-back trip. Or you have Wi-Fi on the ship so you can do it, or you have your phone and you have service in Mexico and you can download them then. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind when you're down there, these so-called ruins and statues and everything else, and the plane crash that's down there that you're coming across, they're there for the purpose of the dive. They're not naturally there. They're not actual ruins. They are not real artifacts or anything like that. They're just props that are put under there to make it feel like you're discovering things, I guess you could say. It's all about the feeling of being underwater, coming across some ruins or a plane wreck or something like that. But it didn't take away from the fun of being under there and just walking along the ocean floor. And I just wanted to point that out just in case it wasn't obvious when you see these in the videos and the pictures and stuff like that. After we were done with the scuba dive, you had roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours just to relax at the beach club before we headed back to the ship. Now the excursion also came with 2 free drinks per person. That included with, you know, basically whatever you wanted to drink, just not top shelf stuff. You can get some iced tea, some soda, beer, margarita, and I think Janine had a mojito. I had a beer, 2 beers actually. Wasn't really that great of beer. It was just whatever cheap beer they had on tap. The other thing it also included, if you wanted to, is snorkeling gear, traditional snorkeling. So if you wanted to get back in the water and do some traditional snorkeling, you could. They had the flippers and the mask and the snorkel gear ready for you if that's what you wanted to do. We didn't end up doing it, but it was there in case you wanted to do it, and it was included, which is kind of nice that you also had that option while you're there for another hour and a half, 2 hours. Now you also have to remember that this is a restaurant, so they also have a full menu that you can order from. But if you order food from the menu, that is not included, and you do have to pay for that. Now when you're ready to head back, whether it's at the end of the excursion or if you want to head back earlier, you just go and tell one of the guys that you're ready to go back to the port. They'll take you out to the front of Janine's Beach Resort, and they'll get you a taxi. They pay for the taxi, and the taxi takes you right back to the port. And that's what we ended up doing. We didn't wait the entire time. We did what we went there for, which was the Snuba. We relaxed a little bit, had a couple drinks, we got our pictures, and once we got that, we got in the taxi and we headed back to the port. One of the reasons we went back to the port is because we wanted to make sure that we had enough time, because we were looking around the port and Janine found some earrings at one of the jewelry stores. There were some Effie diamonds, because if you're on a cruise, everybody's got to get some Effie diamonds, or everybody knows about Effie diamonds, hears about Effie diamonds. And in fact, on Royal Caribbean, they have these stores where you can buy the Effie diamonds. But we got it while we were in port. She found a pair that she liked, and she got a good price on them, so we picked them up before we got back on the ship. All in all, it was a fun day, and I would definitely suggest that you check out some scuba diving. You know, whether you're in Cozumel or Aruba or any other place, it's not just something that you can do in Cozumel. There's plenty of different places. I think you can actually do it in Hawaii as well. So it's all over the place, and definitely check it out no matter where your adventure takes you, to see if that's available, and do it. If you made it this far in the video, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel and perhaps like the video if you so choose. Don't forget to follow us over on Instagram, and link for that will be down in the description below. And if you're looking to book your next adventure, be sure to contact us at jcwtravels.com. You can also email us. We have all that information will be down below as well, and we can assist you with setting up your next adventure. Just remember, it doesn't cost you anything to book your travel through us, but you get the peace of mind of knowing that we're there to help you along the way. Like I said, all contact information and links will be down in the description below, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next video.